Hello, all you tiny, beautiful people that live in the confines of my computer. Ignore the towel, I just showered. My hair's all soaky. Today, I just kind of wanted to talk about YouTubers who I enjoy watching, and I'll explain a little bit of what they do. There will also be links in the description to all of these. Excuse me. Rude ass. So, I'll just get into it. Up at the top are, like, the only ones that are really big channels. Everything else seems to be fairly small. So I'm gonna start with the bigger ones. The biggest one on here is Jacksepticeye. I feel like if you've been on the internet for more than, 8 months at any point, you know who he is. So he used to just play games and commentate over them, and then over the years, watching him stopped being about the game. Like, I wouldn't care if he was playing Night in the Woods, or Overwatch, or fucking Worms. No one cares. He's entertaining as an individual. He's entertaining as a comedian. And a lot of people don't give him credit for this, but he's a really good storyteller. If you want something that's a little bit old school of his, I would say Undertale, Subnautica. If you want the loud, bombastic personality that he used to push all the time, Happy Wheels is probably your best bet. Recently, he released all of his Happy Wheels stuff in one video, so maybe watch that. However, if you're more interested in his personality, I would say go watch all of the Brain Leak podcast, which no longer is happening, but it was him and Ethan Nestor. Ethan is also fucking goated. But there's that, and then if you're really interested in what he can do as a storyteller, you should check out either his comic books or the series of videos that are for his, egos and shit, surrounding the Iris Project. Those are all extremely fun. I don't know the right word, because they're, kind of spooky a little bit, but in a good way. Sean's fucking tremendous. He's a great actor when he needs to be. He's a great storyteller. He's a great comedian. Big fan. Next up on the list is Soup, formerly known as Sniping Soup. Absolutely goated creator. One of the people who has... I think I watch Soup... When it comes to, gaming YouTubers, I think Soup's the one I watch the most. Him and his... Well, they're not his group, but, the group he's in, the Goons, which is The Do, McNasty, Blarg, and Soup, along with a bunch of their friends, like Swagger Souls, or Yummy, or fucking whatever. There's a lot of people that hop in. Grizzy's fucking hilarious. But I love Soup. My favorite videos of his are the ones I can just tune on and just giggle at. And I don't have to think, I don't have to care about the game, like COD Zombies or whatever. I can just sit here and laugh at the stupidity happening. If you want a little more substance as to what Soup makes, it's more towards, the edgy stuff. He the Me When stuff got really popular, where it's fucking me when my uncle touches me, after, saying, ah, or something, Very simple stuff like that. If you've ever seen, the TikTok videos where it's, a stolen joke thing, where, they just take people, doing a GTA 5 race and commentating, they just take that and post it as a TikTok with, slime happening or whatever. There's a lot of situations where it's them. I think the Goons podcast is extremely, well put together, even with how chaotic it is, and that's really nice. I think if I were to recommend something Soup has done, I would say either Zombies, because it's, easy to watch, or maybe on his second channel, Data Soup. Check out him and his buddy Ethan, reacting to stuff, if that's more your style. But I love Soup. Soup's fucking tremendous. He's super funny. He's, the only person online who makes me cry of laughter. Because, people in my actual life make me do that. But, online, there's not a lot of people who make me, fucking cackle like a hyena. He does. Next up, somebody who, everybody knows about, Ninja. Ninja is so fucking funny when he wants to be, dude. And, I know it was really popular to shit on Ninja for a while, but he's so fucking funny. And also, as like a business guy, he's so smart. He's super smart. He's super funny. When it comes to games, his like skill level is so fucking high that it's like genuinely really. It's really impressive how good he is at video games. So you get like that. So, like when you watch a speed run, sometimes it's not the personality; it's the skill going into it. He has the skill and that personality, and I find him to be extremely fucking entertaining. I love his Sus compilation, if you've ever seen it. Like the "Don't send me your dick pics, okay?" Like, it's so fucking funny. Or like the Shockwave video, that's one of my favorites. I fucking love the Shockwave video. When he came on my back, it's so good. Fucking Ninja is hilarious. But everybody knows who Ninja is. And those are like the only ones that have like millions of concurrent viewers. Nope. Critical's on the list. I'll just drop to him because he has a fuckload as well. Anybody who doesn't know who Moist Critical is, you're fucking crazy. He is at this point, he's a commentary YouTuber. There were periods where he did more gaming stuff. There were periods where he did more react-worthy stuff. And at this point, he kind of just does a little bit of everything. Like if a game comes out, he'll make a video on it. Or if a movie comes out, he'll give a review. But for the most part, I'd say he's a commentary channel at this point. He is not small at all. At this point, I think he's not in 10 mil anymore. I think he's like 12 or some shit. But he's super fucking funny. He has, like, some of my favorite deliveries on the internet are his. Like, yeah, let's just spread this open and dive into it like my asshole. It's like, he's so fucking funny. And his vocabulary is super nice. I think I have an okay vocabulary. Like, I'm no genius, but, like, I have some fun big words. His vocab is so fucking good. I don't know what he does. I don't know if he's, like, somebody who, like, looks at, like, a dictionary all the time or, like, a thesaurus. Or if maybe he just knows a bunch of big fucking words. But the amount of... His vernacular is one of, like, the greatest on the planet. He's so goddamn funny. Also, he's Jesus. Also, check out his second channel. It's crazy how many people don't know the other channel exists. Go watch the other channel. It's super funny. It's literally called The Other Channel. I'm not saying go watch his... It's called The Other Channel. Alright, now let's get into some different stuff. This is the wrestling portion of the video. First of all, the Great One. I think the Great One has an amazing ability to review and express wrestling stuff. I think more so than other wrestling YouTubers, I feel like he's super blunt with how he feels without being an ass. Like, he's never rude, he's never condescending, and he never treats it like he's better than you or that he knows more than you. He explains wrestling in a way that I think would be really good for people who are trying to get into it, because he's not using crazy terms that nobody knows. He's not talking like some fucking smart mark that knows everything and how the show should go. He simply explains, I liked this match. It had good structure. I didn't like this match because of this thing. But he's not using, like, words that are too fucking explosive or anything. So, like, if you're wanting to get into wrestling, I think he's probably your best bet. Because he's so well put together with how he does it. And his editing is top fucking tier. Back in the like, 2018 to 2020 era, with Greatness of Wrestling being a show he did, 10 out of 10. Best shit ever. Those intro videos made me fucking cry. They're so good. I think he is a tremendous performer. I think he's a tremendous content creator. If I had to point to a specific thing that the Great One has done, I would say his SmackDown vs. Raw GM mode. I think it was really well put together. I think you don't need to know a shitload about wrestling or those wrestlers to have fun watching that. That was really fun. Next is Santi Zep. Santi posts stuff every single day. It's kind of his gimmick, is that at the beginning of videos, he's always like, you're going to like this channel, because we post daily wrestling content. I think Santi is A, really funny, B, extremely smart. Like, whenever it comes to the entertainment business, especially with wrestling, I think he is so incredibly intelligent with the information that he is able to show and give in such short periods of time. If you are trying to get into Santi, I think the best thing for you to do is watch his, like... I'm trying to think of what they'd be labeled as. There's videos of him explaining where he expects certain wrestlers to be in the next like year or whatever. I think those are really, really nice because you get to see what he thinks of the wrestlers without him being rude to them. You get to see what he expects of them, and oftentimes he's pretty close. I think he's a really smart creator. I think he's a really smart wrestling mind, and hopefully he gets to do something with the part of his brain that is so stuck to wrestling. I hope he gets some sort of good thing to do with all that. Next up is Small Afro. Small Afro's fucking hilarious. I think he's the funniest wrestling YouTuber, maybe? He is so goddamn funny. First of all, if you don't know who Jaren is, check out the Vibe channel or the Small Afro channel, or Monday Night Walker. All of those are really good. He's on all three of those. I think he is the funniest motherfucker on wrestling YouTube. He might not know as much about certain things in wrestling. Like, whenever it comes to wrestling, he knows what he's fucking talking about. I feel like the business side of it, he maybe isn't super into, which is fair. Entirely fair. Honestly, that shit sucks. I don't think he's the smartest wrestling content creator. Maybe Santi is, but I think, and that's not a dig at Jaren. I think Jaren is an incredibly intelligent individual, and I think that he's super fucking funny. Funnier than anybody else in the wrestling portion of this video. I think Jaren is so goddamn underrated. So go check out the Small Afro channel. If I had to point at something he made, maybe his referee series. He has this series where every time a pay-per-view happens in real life, he goes through and does the matches as the ref and does like what he would want to happen. And I think that's really cool. Somebody I don't have on here and I need to get to before I forget, Murphs. Murphs is super goddamn smart. He used to make universe mode style videos. Nowadays he makes like what ifs or like how they should books. So like it would be how WWE should book John Cena at WrestleMania 40, and he does all the voice lines and shit. He acts out all the stuff. He makes it all happen in a video game. He has incredible editing and stuff, and his thumbnails are top tier. If I had to point to a specific thing to watch of his, anything. He's so goddamn talented. I thank you, Murphs, for filling the void in my soul of wrestling content. And then New Legacy Inc. New Legacy Inc. is old as shit. They've been around for a minute. They've been around since 2008, I think, is how long they've been doing YouTube. Maybe 9? I don't remember. But a long-ass time. A long-ass fucking time ago. Good song. But I think they're fucking hilarious. They're a big group. There's, I think, 9 members of New Legacy. And they're all so fucking funny. Jesus Christ. I watched their Elimination Chamber, simulation, 2 days ago and was fucking rolling. So goddamn talented. They're all so fucking funny. If you get into New Legacy and you like them and you want more of Johnny, he also does the Deadlock podcast, and he runs DPW, which is Deadlock Pro Wrestling, with Tony Pizza Guy, who is also a tremendous creator, who's been around for a while, and James Darnell, or Pulse. Pulse doesn't make YouTube videos anymore. He mostly streams and then does wrestling shit, which is fine. But I go back and watch Pulse's playthroughs of WWE 12 and fucking 2K20 and shit all the time because they're just so fucking funny. He's so goddamn funny. And they're all Southern boys and what have you. Not New Legacy. The New Legacy boys are not all Southern boys. Some of them aren't American. But yeah, that's the wrestling portion done. My apologies if you weren't interested in that. Comics, baby. I've been making a lot of comic videos lately because I really enjoy them and I plan to continue. This Friday should be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video. I think. I need to finish writing my notes for that. We're gonna get into comics, baby. Starting with Nando V Movies. Nando is incredibly fucking smart. He has really good pitches. I think he's a very intelligent individual. I think he knows a fuckload about comics. If I had to point to a specific thing to watch of his, any of his videos that start with Dear Kevin Feige, and he just pitches a movie directly to Kevin Feige, which I think is super fucking funny. I think those are my favorite thing he makes. He is really smart. I have only been watching him for a little bit, so I don't have as much to say about him as I have some of these other people. But Nando's super fucking smart. He's incredibly talented, and I think he has something special. I don't know. The next comic creator to begin, Ben Potter, otherwise known as Comic Storian, rest in peace. He passed away a couple years ago. Was it a couple years? I feel like it was a couple years. But Ben was incredibly smart, incredibly intelligent, incredibly nice to listen to. Most of what he made was like he would read a comic book, and he would like do like pretty much an audiobook of the comic on YouTube, and it was kind of what got me back into comic books, like in 2015 maybe. There's still videos posted on the channel. I haven't listened to any of it since his passing, as I don't know if I can. But between his voice being so nice and how kind he was to people and how well put together his videos were, it was a lot to lose him. And I would like to go back and listen to more of his stuff. If you've ever seen the famous Injustice video on YouTube, where it's somebody reading the Injustice comics, and it's the thumbnail of like Superman killing Joker, that's him. He's so goddamn good. His voice is so nice. He's so talented. He's so smart. Was so smart, I guess. And if you ever want to get into comic books, I think the Comic Storian channel might be the best way to do that. Rest in peace again to Ben Potter, and my condolences go to his friends and family and all of the people who watched him. And then the last person in the comics section, Troy0boy017. Troy is my favorite fucking creator on the platform currently. When it comes to people that are on YouTube, I genuinely think that Troy is my favorite creator currently. He is so goddamn funny. He is so goddamn smart. His pitches for stuff are so good. His rewrites and pre-writes are so good. He has such an amazing mind for comics. And he's not like a filing cabinet. He doesn't like... I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he knows every single comic book ever, because I don't think you physically could know that, because there's so goddamn many. But he's so goddamn smart and so talented and so fucking funny. If I had to point to one thing, I would just tell you to go to his channel and watch any of it. His pre-write of the Spider-Man College Trilogy is really fucking good. He has a 2-hour-long video on Spider-Man 2, the video game from 2023. It's super fucking good. Watch anything he's ever said about Daredevil or Green Arrow. He's the biggest Green Arrow mark. If you're a Green Arrow fan, he's your guy. He's so goddamn good, and he's not afraid to like address political shit in comic books, which I really like. Like, he will talk about, like, superhero fatigue and why that's not real, or the, like, politics of female superheroes and how they're treated differently, or, like, how people are always like, damn, wokie's ruining superheroes or whatever, and he's like, well, here's why that's bullshit. It's like, everybody's like, Superman should be an American man. It's like, well, first of all, he's not human. Second of all, he's an allegory for being a Jew. Like, his character was made to be an allegory for being a Jew. That's why he exists. But like he's not afraid to dive into that. I should double check what I'm about to say next before I spread misinformation. Hi, I'm back. I had to double check information because I was about to say that Troy is bisexual, and I was like, I don't want to lie. I'm 99% sure I've heard him say that, but I don't want to say that without knowing, and I looked it up, and he is. He also has a trans rights sign that's in his room. Very cool. Very progressive individual. Also, the way he talks about his partner is adorable. I think it's a green flag in a person if they talk positively of their partner any chance they get, and he does, and I like that. Not that he makes it a big deal or anything. He's not like pushing that to the world. It's just like if he talks about her, it's really positive, and I like it. Her, I don't know their pronouns. His partner. So that's the comic section. If you're a comic nerd already, I think Troy's where you should go first. If you want to get into comics, I think Comicstorian is the direction to go. So there's that. Next, I've been in a FNAF fucking kick. Oh my god. So, I'm going to get into these YouTubers in a second. But before that, I have spent like the whole time I've been here, I've been playing Five Nights at Freddy's. I have gotten through all the way through 1, and then I've been doing them on Roblox and shit in like a co-op thing with my roommate, and that's been really fun. That's been like a whole nother thing, and learning how to break those and how they work in free roam and shit, and how to like deal with everything, because the AIs are built the same, but they can't do the same things because they can all double up and shit, whatever. But I have spent so many fucking, if I could check the amount of hours I have on that game, it might be in the hundreds. It might be past 100 at this point. So I've been getting back into FNAF a lot, and I have a FNAF pitch for later. I don't know when, but later. But I'm going to get into the FNAF YouTubers I like. To begin, GoMotion. GoMotion isn't necessarily a Five Nights at Freddy's YouTuber. They make FNAF content sometimes. It's not like the only thing they do, though. GoMotion is A, really fucking funny. B, extremely skillful in editing and in... Fuck, what's the good word? Like, the flow of their videos. I think that's a girl. Hold up. Okay, I double-checked my information. Gomo is, in fact, a trans girl. I had a minute where I was like, wait, what's the lore? Because I've been watching since before the transition, and I was very perplexed, because I didn't remember if they ever talked about the pronouns. Believe she, her. That's what I could find. But Gomo is so fucking funny. Jesus Christ. I become a chuckle box when I'm watching a GoMotion video. If you want a good starting point for GoMotion, I would say they have one video that's like just all of their FNAF fan game reviews pushed into one video, I think. No. Maybe? Yes, I think. It's like seasons of GoMotion. They're really good. So I'd say watch those. Next up is Mr. Springs. Also a little queer. Hold up. Let me figure out this information. Mr. Springs is actually non-binary. So I'm gonna use they because I couldn't find an actual pronoun thing. So I think Mr. Springs is extremely fucking funny. A, really intelligent whenever they're speaking. B, I think the opinions they hold about the FNAF world and the things associated with it are not only well put together opinions, but also ones that for the most part I agree with. For the most part, I'm not like gonna glaze them and say that they're perfect or whatever, because I feel like A, that's weird. Also, weird thing about Springs, people seem to treat them like an adult in like naughty ways for some reason, like simping. I'm pretty sure they're 17, so maybe calm down, people of the internet who decide immediately to be weird towards creators. I'm 90% sure that's a minor. But yeah, I adore their content. If you want a specific thing to watch of theirs, much like Troy, just go to the channel. There's not like one thing. Just go to said channel. Next up is Manaxa. Manaxa is super fucking cool. I wouldn't say they're funny, but they are extremely well put together. I don't know. Manaxa is well put together and very smart, alongside being... Their content is so structured in a good way. Like, it scratches my autism. I love it. A specific Manaxa video... I believe they have a good video on, like, Analog Horror and FNAF, and how they, like, merge together really well. I've only recently gotten into Manaxa. I haven't been watching them very long, so the next person, however, and the last person on today's list, Bizabazow. Ty Bizabazow is super fucking funny. The channel is Bizabazow, Bizow, Bizabazow. Super fucking funny. Also, add it to the list of trannies. Wait, hold up, I should explain. Myself, my hair's not down, so I just kind of exist right now. I'm also a little, wait, where's the little pride flag? Isn't there a tiny one over here? But yeah, I think Ty is super fucking funny. I think Ty is really talented. If you really want to get into Ty, I think the place to start is with their FNAF plushies videos, which is kind of a little series they do where they are taking FNAF characters and designing them as plushies, but not dog shit. Fuck you, Funko. Fucko. Ah. I love Bizabazow. Go watch the FNAF plushies videos, and then watch everything else. Recent stuff that I really like of theirs, I would say their streams and then the VODs and highlights of them playing through Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but the chat is sending in videos to make Ty laugh, and if Ty laughs, she has to reset the night. And I think that is super fucking fun. Maybe I'll do something like that after I get stuff put together where I can like screen record and shit. But yeah, I fucking love Ty Bizabazow. Bizabazow, top tier creator. All of these creators are in the description, so go check them out. Thank you guys so much. Hi, little kitty. Bye bye.